what happened when the machine be don't delay for come, we decided for do the expansion, beyond this 250, 350 acres here. I wrote a proposal to the accelerator, and fortunately, the proposal was positively received. They gave a first tranche of 481,000 leons, new leons now, or 481 million, part of which we use to do the expansion at Bandajuma Polium. Then also, I took a loan from the Apex Bank, about 600 million. Of course, these are all small amount, when you compare to what you will be need. But thank God, they all contributed, to the establishment of the new farm. So, once we don't do the establishment, then the machine come. The machine arrived here last year, April 2021, April. And then we brought them immediately to Lalihu here. Unfortunately, I was constrained for resources, so we will not bring money for installer immediately. We park Ayanda right in front of that house where I show you. So it was parked there for almost another 1 year until I try for raise money. But then also the other challenge would be we needed heat transfer oil. We're not in a salon. We don't be no border until we don't can our one for do the installation. So all of that affected the production. So in October this year, we finally got engineers for can do the installation of the machine. They finished the installation, but then the sad part was now when we trained the staff and we run the machine, then we realized one major component, the fryer, because of the long packing in a very hazardous condition, because we're not going to put it inside house. We pack an outside, we just cover them with tarpaulins. So Bill, maybe water, the rain will be the calm, interfere with some of the components. So we realized that they were faulted. So because of that, since after October we did the installation, the whole of November we've been back and forth for try and fix those fryers. But fortunately that is now done. The reinstallation of the fryers have been done. So we are resuming production effectively this month. The only challenge we have now, at the harvesting of the cassava, because as you see, the ground don't really dry. So the only means we will able to harvest now, first we use the tractor, which we will start, hopefully today or tomorrow. Sierra Leone, is still not a huge consumer of cassava and cassava product. So we're going to rely, on the sub-region for our marketing of our product. So fortunately, we signed, agreement with this food processing company last year, and they are very enthused, to be an off-taker of our product. So that's a partnership that we have signed. The biggest challenge we have as it is now, we need resources, quite honestly. So for us to be able to do that, we solicit partnership, because this is a company. We're not saying come in and just be friend. This is business. The good thing is, unlike other businesses, we have already the raw material. We have over 350 acres cassava now that is almost ready to supply the raw material to the factory. So we are not going to be dependent on the supply of cassava from other farmers, which could have been challenging. So we have the farm. Again, I mentioned yesterday about the cassava compact revolution. We had researched, and now we did about putting into implementation. It is a novel idea wherein we are not going to depend on the static factory. We can traverse this whole nation, wherever cassava is. We go, we process them using the mobile technology facility and bring the powder at the factory for frying into gari. So, couple of advantages this one get. It's going to cost drastically on transportation, because farmers don't need to harvest their cassava to bring to our factory for low buy. Once you get a cassava farm, like now, if you say get a cassava farm, you tell we say you get the farm, the mobile processing factory will able move to wherever your farm is, as long as it's motorable. We can go there, we process them. That's one big advantage. So the cost of transportation would have cut down on you. The second big advantage that technology get, it able to transform the peels into animal feed. So what that mean is, normally when you process cassava, you just leave the peel, it rot, it create pollution, in the environment. But because we know they left that cassava peel for waste or for rot in the environment, it prevent pollution. That's one thing. Secondly, it also put money in our MIE in pocket. So MIE they get money from processing and make the peels so will sell to animal production farmers then, for let them go use them for feed their animals then. So that is also another big advantage the mobile processor get, which is a technology that we are in the process of testing in Sierra Leone, and we are looking again. Our hands are open, our doors are open, to partnership, so that we can support this initiative that MIE has researched with its team.
So the truck over there, basically, now the new innovation we don't bring for processed cassava. As I've been telling you today at the farm, apart from the static factory here, we get all the components from peeling to the end process of bagging the cassava, the gari. That one there, they do similar thing. The advantage the cassava compact revolution get, we now the mobile processing technology. They move with the grater, the presser, and then the high-powered water pump machine. They go anywhere cassava farm there as long as a motorable. So once it get there, we're able to pump water from any source, and then we mobilize women, because at the moment we try to get a small machine way inside the able peel like this one. So once we get that, we're able to peel, we grate, we press, then we come with the dried powder to the factory here, and then use the factory here, the fryers there under, for fry them into gari. Now, as I said today, there are a number of advantages where the compact revolution get. One, they give you the capability for let we process cassava at the farm gate. What did that mean is that it reduce transportation cost on farmers harvesting their cassava and bring account to the factory here for let we buy them from there. We can go and buy them from there, the farm, and process and come with the processed product. And that means that the farmers then will be able to save more money through the transportation where they know they pay for bring cassava. The second advantage where the compact revolution get is that we are able for not only process the cassava, but the machine where we get the capability for process the cassava peels into animal feed. where we can use for supply to those with they do animal husbandry. That's another advantage. But then the most important one is if you watch here now, then peels the way the woman then they put. If we're not able to control them, they become an environmental hazard. Because once this cassava peel, water don't touch them, they rot. And if you come now in a couple of days, you go find out say this whole environment will stink. So the compact revolution they prevent that from happening because there is no wastage. The peels are converted into animal feeds where they also sell and make money. So then the third advantage where they bring to us, which is giving money, putting money into the coffers of the Mukpateh investment enterprise. So these are, very unique things where this innovation they bring. But most important also is the fact that another limit us here because we can have this factory, but if we don't get cassava, the factory will be moribund. You're not going to do anything. But when we have the mobile processor, we can go up to southern province. We can go to the north, wherever cassava there. We go processor and bring them back now with factory the powder, so that we will get this factory in continuous operation. So those are the advantages this innovation get. But as I say, we're in the process of setting up slowly. We have been able to acquire the truck. That truck there is over 500 million leons, or 500,000 now in the new leon, which we use to procure it. But now, then we have also bought the grater. I'm just in the process of paying for the hydraulic presses because we won't forget two. But then we also would need the pillar, the mechanical pillar, for let it go do that. And in all of that, we need resources. And then even for let operationalize the process, we will need copper. So this is where we, as I said earlier on, we are looking for partnership, so that we will able to share the cost of this innovation, which is very unique in Sierra Leone. And it is the first ever mobile processing technology for cassava that we are instituting in this country.